So thank you for staying around for the second part of our show. We'll be doing the Armando, which will start with a monologist who will come up and tell a truthful story which will inspire our improvisers to come and perform some improvisation. So to start with, we'll get a suggestion from the audience, but first of all I'll introduce our monologist, which is Kate McCabe.
Yeah!
So could we have a suggestion from the audience, please?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Oh my god, so there's a comedian who I really love who has a really good joke about cinnamon. I just want to tell that right now, but that's wrong, isn't it? She sneezes on cinnamon. It's Paula Poundstone. She's great. If you ever want to see a good joke about cinnamon, I'm just saying, go to YouTube and watch the Paula Poundstone clip about cinnamon. It ends with her eulogy going, she loved spices. So, just a little teaser for you. I like cinnamon a lot. Cinnamon is good on breakfast foods. It also does sound like a stripper name. We've talked about strippers a lot tonight for some reason. Would be a good stripper name. Cinnamon is mostly on breakfast foods that Americans do well, like pancakes and weirdly, French toast, named French toast. You think Americans wouldn't do that well, but we call it freedom toast sometimes. On who's cooperating with us and who's not. It's freedom toast now. But we've got like all kinds of really bad for you sugar cereals for breakfast too. Back in the States, we've got cinnamon toast crunch is a brilliant one. Basically, it's sugar cubes in a bowl, lightly dusted with cinnamon. Golden grams also in the same vein, very good. It turns your milk a kind of cinnamony sludge, and you can make cheese out of it later. It's so gross. I also, but kind of segueing into cinnamon and other spices, something that's really big over here, and I guess in America as well, but, you know, there's a gene that dictates whether or not you like what I would call cilantro, but that what British people call coriander. And so how many people like cilantro by way? Way! Do I have any sympathizers that don't like cilantro?
Yeah!
Yeah! Cilantro, go home! It's like whenever you, and I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat, I'm a vegetarian. Whenever he talks about vegetarian, you think you're like a bad lesbian pun. There you go, from my hairstyle. I'm not a vegetarian, but I eat like a lot of veg cuisine to be more like an omnivore. Like that's the responsible thing to do, is to try to eat more like diverse stuff. But I find that like any time that something needs to be punched up and taste less like nothing, they just overdose with coriander and cumin. Just basically it just winds up tasting like horrible, horrible dirt. And it's just really eighth day. There are other things that you can put on your food, is what I'm saying. And also, no, I don't want to buy a, Hessian sack at the thing for a pound. Like, I recently went there and I got black beans. I needed 8 cans of black bean for this awesome soup I was going to make, like Mexican black bean soup. And so I go in there and I buy their organic beans. And I'm at the counter with like 8 cans of beans. And then she finishes my transaction and she goes, okay, thanks. And I literally sat, like I was at the till for like 2 minutes, like shuffling around in my really tiny handbag that I had. It was like a little kind of like satchel bag. And like trying to like reconfigure the cans and like my arms and stuff. And she is aware out of the corner of my eye that like I have no way to carry these beans. And I had to literally like flag her back over and be like, excuse me, I'm having a bit of a transportation problem. I can't seem to be able to handle all these cans. And she's like, well, we sell bags. That's like a pound for one of those Hessian sacks. And I was like, that is no way to treat somebody who is buying your organic beans. And I did find in my bag, my mom had sent me into, for Christmas, a little tiny bag for life thing that kind of like folds in on itself, and I forgot that I had it in my handbag. So at like the 11th hour, just as I was about to pay a pound for another stupid bag for life that I never remember to bring anyway, I found this bag and I was like, oh, I do have this. And she's like, see, you're not as bad a person as you thought you were. And that's how I killed my first lady.